everyone, it's the Hey Poopy Podcast. What that booty do from poop to pleasure to health. Hosted by me, Dave.
And me, Ellen. Two curious people removing the stigma from your stinker. And why are we doing this? Because we love laughing and learning about butts and helping them to be the best they can be. And on this week's episode, we have my good friend Majesty Mae, who's a New York City-based dominatrix who's into hard sports.
Yes, Majesty Mae was hilarious. She walked us through what she likes to do for money, and that happens to be shitting on people.
Yeah, the term she used, I'm trying to look it up, is FTT.
Yes.
Full toilet training, and she had some doozies of some stories for us, and I'm so glad that she brought it here to Hey Poopy Podcast, like this little clip.
Stand out would be the time that I got my own shit coughed into my vagina. That was the time. He choked while swallowing, and so he was coughing, and during that coughing spell, he spat shit into my vagina, and I was like, I just need to excuse myself very quickly.
Yes.
Hell to the no, no, no. Come on.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, big hell no. So that happened. I ended up getting BV for a week after that. So I now have BV pills in my home at all times, just because in case that ever happens, I'm like prepared.
The antibiotics or boric acid?
Both.
Oh, okay.
I am prepared.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I think that's like really the only standout one.
That's pretty, that's pretty standoutish, I would say. She was very forthcoming with all the info of what she does best. And you can hear about her vaping, her mango vaping issues, which I still is making me laugh.
Yeah, and her blue poop that we talked about before, but she auctioned that off.
Yes.
And the fact that this amazing dominatrix can do toilet training almost 3 times a day because she has such control over her diet and the foods that make her go and make her not go because of her IBS.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a pooptacular performing pooper. I don't know.
She's an athlete.
Yes. An athlete.
Yeah, an athlete for sure. So please check out this episode. And if you want to find out more about Ellen and I or the show in general, go to heypoopypodcast.com and you can find out all the info about this show that you will want to know.
Yes, and on to the shit show. Have you ever let one rip and there was a little extra in your pants? Oh no.
And you only had a sock to help you clean up your mess?
Well, introducing the Original Shark Kit, an all-in-one poopy pants saving first aid kit for the shits.
This kit comes with a fresh pair of underwear, stain remover, sanitizing and butt wipes, anti-diarrhea tablets, a bag for disposal, plus an extra sock.
Don't be caught behind the dumpster cleaning up your mess without the Original Shark Kit.
And for all those Hey Poopy Podcast listeners, you get 10% off this butt-saving pack with promo code HeyPoopy.
Go to originalsharkkit.com. Not just a gag gift, but a pants-saving must-have.
That's originalsharkkit.com. Stay away from a stinky situation.
Wet wipes say they're flushable, but they are a lie.
Over $1 billion annually is spent on fixing the wet wipe epidemic.
Don't wreck your pipes and sewers with wipes that don't actually flush.
Ditch those baby wipes for a grown-up bidet in a bottle with Cleanse.
The cleansing foam that transforms any TP into a sewer-saving flushable wipe that goes anywhere with you.
99% plant-based, free of toxins, soothing on the skin. It's a foam that makes 150 wipes in one small bottle.
Visit cleanse.com. That's QLEANSE.com and get 15% off with promo code HeyPoopy.
That's Cleanse with a Q. Visit cleanse.com. And remember, wipe clean and rethink your hiney hygiene.
Hey Poopy, how you doing? Hey Poopy, how you doing?
I'm just, trying to find a place with like-minded people to talk about like-minded things about me, about poop and stuff.
Hey Poopy, how you doing? Hey Poopy, how you doing?
Oh man, what's this right here? Is this a podcast about poop?
Hey, everybody. We are back.
Hey, everybody. It's the Hey Poopy podcast with
Dave.
and Ellen. And this is episode 162, but it'll always be number 2 to us, our favorite number. And we have a very special guest today. Somebody I've been dying to have on the podcast for probably almost a year, Majesty Mae. Hi.
Yes, welcome to the
Mae.
show.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
You too. You too.
And so, Mae, before we go into who you are, we'd like to know how have you been pooping recently?
I've been having diarrhea.
Oh,
I think it's related to this new vape I've been trying. Because I only have diarrhea after I vape this new vape, like within 5 minutes.
whoa.
Which
Wow.
is like also amazing, but also really bad.
Yeah. You're like out and about. You forget you take it. You're like, oh my God, I have to go like instantly. That's crazy.
That's actually happened
Wow.
like twice.
Holy shit.
Wait, is it vaping THC or
No,
nicotine?
tobacco.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it just literally is a laxative.
Yes. So it's great in the morning, like when I'm laying in
Right.
bed and need to get myself out of bed. But it's like
It's not good when you're like, being social.
Yeah, and sometimes I forget because I carry two with me. One that like I really enjoy and doesn't make me have violent diarrhea, and then one that's like violent diarrhea.
I like that it's your alarm clock.
It is because it's
It's like your
my-
morning coffee.
Well, I don't drink coffee,
So there you go.
yeah.
It's like your get up and go.
So that's how I've been pooping.
Wow. Do you know what it's been? Do you know what's in it? That's like,
It's a mango flavor, which I
Oh.
love. That's why I keep using it because it tastes delicious.
Yeah.
But it makes me go like bad. And I already have IBS, but my IBS is just constant and not diarrhea.
Right.
So I have lots of poop stuff issues.
Yes!
Problems and amazingness.
yeah, this is the place for you.
Thank you.
I can't wait to
Yeah.
hear these stories.
What about you, Dave? Have you been pooping?
I've gone 3 times today.
Yes.
So it's pretty good.
I think we're kind of similar because we talked about it a little bit, Ellen and I, how we don't digest things quickly or we digest things too quickly and they kind of go right through us.
Yeah. I have no idea. Today, one before you showed up, actually.
Was it solid?
Solid-ish. But
You're like
by
Bristol
that point,
5, right?
at this point, as soon as I start shitting, I just flush it. I just like literally start flushing because I just don't want to smell it, and I don't know.
So use some poopery.
We have a candle, we have all the stuff, but it still doesn't work. That shit never. I mean, it works a little bit, but yeah, today I just at 3. It went from like kind of solid to like not that solid. So we'll see how the rest of the day goes. But 3 times already. So
I pooped twice today. Woke up kind of the first poop I made was like I felt like like an urge, like I run to the bathroom, and then it ended up being kind of like a Bristol 2.5. It wasn't like completely like rabbit pellets, but it wasn't as like hard as I'd like it to be. And I was like, God, that felt like it was going to be so much more. It was going to be more heft. And then like 2 hours later, I'm sitting at my desk and I have this weird thing. The minute I sit at a computer at my desk, I could be on my computer on the couch, no poo. The desk, automatic within the first 20 minutes. Like my mind and my body are like, okay, you've sat down, you're in for a while, let's go take a massive shit. And so I ran to the bathroom and my turd was so long that it almost was in a J shape because it bent over itself.
wow.
Majesty Mae's look on her face is like, yes.
I love that for you.
Yeah, and it came out like it was a Bristol stool 4.5 because it was kind of like a little bit of loose seaweed, but it was one big, long, strong, serious turd. It was massive.
Wow.
I want to know more about this like desk office chair though.
Same here. I mean, like, and it's that kind of thing where I almost forget that within the first 20 to 30 minutes of sitting down to do work, I will poop.
Like vaping.
Yes. Yeah, like your vape. But sounds like your vape is a little bit faster.
It's kind of instant.
Yeah.
Literally insta shit. Maybe your chair is just putting you in a position to like, just propping you up in a way where you just have to.
Maybe.
It's
like the perfect position. But yeah, it's so weird. And I could sit down like at the tight table in the kitchen. I could sit on the couch, no poo. it's like the desk and the computer. My body's like, oh, you're going to work? Let's empty out now. And it's crazy. It doesn't happen, I want to say 100% of the time, but I'd say 85% of the time. Yeah. But it was like the shit that I made today was so powerful. I was so happy. And I think it's because I ate Beyond sausage, those like fake meat sausage, Italian spicy last night.
So was it the spice or the fiber?
I think it was the fiber. And then on top of it, I did Trader Joe's makes cauliflower gnocchis that are delicious. And so it was like the cauliflower gnocchi with the Beyond Italian sausage. And I had a spinach salad.
Oh, yeah. It's all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
made a powerhouse shit.
yeah, I mean, they'll just whip right through you. I mean, those Beyond sausages are like good. But I feel like, too, side note, I've got the breakfast ones and you have to eat them so fast. They start getting moldy.
Yeah.
It's like, it's disgusting.
Yeah. You have to freeze them or...
It's like literally you'd be like, oh, I forgot these were in here. And you're like, oh, it's got mold all over it within like 3 days or something like that. It's kind of crazy.
So anytime I have anything by Beyond, it just makes me so gassy.
Oh.
And so I don't usually eat it unless I'm having a gassy session.
Ooh, we're about to go into that. But that's cool that like, you know, that makes you fart. Because Dave and I did the Brown Hour a couple months ago and you had very little farts. I had a couple, but like trying to figure out the foods that really make you gassy is easier said than done. But that's good to know that Beyond.
I have a list.
Yeah. It's weird. As I'm getting older, I'm becoming way less gassy.
Really?
I mean, like I'll fart. I can't like dial into like a certain thing.
Are they silent or loud though?
Pretty silent, but they'll be like, if I'm laying in bed or something like that, relaxed, they'll be kind of loud, but not ass rippers. So but it does happen. It's just like if I'm alone, I'm like, I just let one rip. But they're not like, it's weird. It's not like, I'm like way less gassy. I just get like more bloated. Like, then I feel like I have to go to the bathroom. So, you know.
So,
It's fascinating.
May, you teased us a little about a session. So tell us, what do you do besides your poo?
I am a dominatrix based in New York City. And one of my specialties is full toilet training. Yes! So I shit on men at least 2 to 3 times a week on the regular.
Will you poop on me?
Depends if you pay me.
Wow, that's pretty hardcore. Like, how did that start?
I did a podcast with my mentor at the time, and I talked about my bodily functions by accident for about 10 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe 15.
By accident for almost 20 minutes.
And I have IBS, and so I talked about like pooping constantly, and I kind of attracted all the poop people. And unbeknownst to me, I really didn't know how to conduct a FTT session when I first started, and it kind of happened naturally. The first 2 times I saw this client, same client, I couldn't poop. But then the 3rd time he came to me, something magical happened, and it was this beautiful relationship that formed from it. Not like a romantic one, but like just a pure shit relationship. And it was so much fun. And so I wanted more of that. And so I advertised a lot of FTT stuff. And
what's FTT stand for again?
Full toilet training.
Oh, okay.
And
Or as Mr. Shayla, who's been on another episode, calls it hard sports.
yes.
Yeah.
Or like a brown queen.
A brown queen. Ooh, I like
A
that.
yellow queen is a golden queen.
Yeah.
A brown queen.
Brown queen. Okay.
But I just like to shit.
Which also, May was my model first, and then we became fast friends knowing that we had poop in common.
We just talk about a lot of shit.
Okay. Nice.
We don't talk shit on people. We talk May shitting on people.
And our bodily functions,
Yes.
which is so much fun.
Yes.
Wow. How long have you been doing this for?
It's been a little bit over a year now, but I've only been pooping on people since October.
Oh, so it's like pretty new.
2021. No, 2021.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So like 6 months?
No.
No,
I've been
a year and a half.
A year and a half. There
yeah,
we go.
so 2020.
Yes,
Oh,
2020.
Okay. So that's a good amount of time.
Yeah.
I imagine like anytime you're shitting on someone, it seems like a long time. You're like,
It does.
after the first one, you're like, yep, now I'm in.
Just like somebody breathing on your asshole. It's just like you're that close where it's just like breath.
And is it like a full-on toilet with the thing cut out, or is it like a box or something? Or like...
Well, it depends on where I see my clients. Sometimes if I see them in a hotel, it's usually over a tub or I'm squatting.
Right.
Or if it's in a space, I either bring my handicap toilet without the little pot.
Oh, okay.
Or some spaces have like a chamber pot that you can sit in that like their head can go in.
Amazing.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's I'm always fascinated by that stuff. It's pretty gnarly. It's hardcore.
Fun though. It's one of the things that surprised me was that like when poop doesn't hit water, it stinks bad.
Yes.
It's like bad.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
The
You're
water
like retching.
helps.
You're like, oh.
Yeah, I did not know that at first. And my secret, which is now no longer a secret, I use coconut tanning lotion so it helps mask the smell a little bit.
Oh,
okay.
That's a good tip.
Because it's such a potent smell that like that coconut is just
Really?
yeah, like
How much coconut oil we're talking about here? Like half a
tanning
bottle?
oil, like coconut tanning
okay.
oil.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't tan after a session. I just put it on
Just
my
like,
body
yeah.
to shit on people and mask the
does-
smell of shit.
I mean, it's nice. It's just like, I guess it sort of helps a little bit. Do you put a candle on there? Right? And it kind of sprays?
Sprays usually come after, but during I crack a window, turn on a fan, and sometimes, yeah, candles.
And you are our third dominatrix in 3 years to come on the show and talk about pooping on guys. What do you think? And I know you're a baby dom and you've only been doing this a year and a half, but what do you think? It seems like toilet training has become more popular in the zeitgeist. What do you think brings that on? And I know you've talked to even Shayla about it and you have other doms that do it, but
I don't know. For my clients, the stories that they tell me that how they've gotten into it, it ranges from person to person, like so greatly. So I don't really know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so curious. I feel like with the internet, a lot more things are becoming less taboo and people are accepting of each other's fetishes. And so maybe that's something that there's just been a ton of people out there who are interested in getting pooped on, but they never knew how to get involved with it. And it just seems like, or it may be because we've only been doing the podcast for 3.5 years and this is such a niche subject that it's brought more people to us. But it's just, to me, it seems like it's a lot out there, a lot more than I even expected.
For some of my clients, they come see me because they think it's like the kinkiest thing that they can do. It's the kinkiest thing on the spectrum because it's shit.
Pretty out there, yeah, for sure.
And then for some people, it's something that developed like when they were younger.
Yeah.
And it started maybe as an accident and it developed into something more, which became this really great fascination, and it's something that they need more of. And like in normal quote society, like we can't really ask for those things. That's what some people tell me. And so they come see me instead. So I like pooping.
I mean, look, they can work it out, right?
Yeah.
That's that's kind of a nice thing.
Yeah. It's a safe space to shit and to eat shit, be shitted on.
Yeah. It's just so like out there. I mean, like really hardcore.
I agree.
When you first did it, where you obviously said you couldn't poop the first time, but was it
First two times.
First 2 times. Were you nervous or were you just like psyched?
It was a combination, but more so nervousness. And I think that's why I was like clenching so hard. And like when you're trying to poop so hard and you just can't, it's so frustrating.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we know
crazy.
that from just not even work related stuff, but like I have constipation all the time. So yeah.
Imagine being constipated and then like also having somebody breathe up your asshole.
Yeah, no, I couldn't imagine that.
You're like, I don't want to imagine
I mean, I'm
that.
just trying. Yeah, you're just like, is there someone down there? Oh, fuck.
The only thing
They're
I
like,
can
"Hello."
think of that's closest to that is I've been on those bidets where it's like the hot air comes on your butt. And I'm personally not into it at all. And like when I was in Tokyo 4 years ago, I had explosive diarrhea in a mall and I was trying to push all the buttons on the bidet and only the hot air was coming out or on top of my explosive diarrhea. And so the combination was just awful. So yeah, that's the only thing I could think of. And it might be great for you because you know that the hot air that's coming on your butthole is also leading to somebody having such an amazing pleasure. So you probably have equated both of them.
That's actually my favorite feeling on the bidet. I don't like water bidets. I only like the Japanese bidets for the sound of privacy and the heat. I don't like the water function. It's like, it's too much. I have a bidet at my place or at my boyfriend's place, and it's just too intense. It's a Toto one, and it's like, it's just too much. I like the heat though. No water. And like, you can angle it. It can either hit the front or back. Yeah. But it's too much.
Huh. You should get like a guy breathing like setting on that Toto. That would be like, oh, this is familiar.
Well, it does have the blowing air and the sound to mask when you pee or poop. And
right. Like a modesty setting. Yeah. I see.
And when you were a baby dom and you had your mentor, did you have any idea that toilet training was even an option?
I did, but my mentor, she doesn't do toilet play. So I didn't really know the extent of it. I didn't have language for it. I didn't know much about it. I had to do my own research. I started teasing people with used toilet paper. And so that's how I kind of started. I was like, you have to work up to get this. And so you have to buy my toilet paper first. And then once it became like, you can eat my used toilet paper, sure, maybe we can talk about something more.
I love that.
Eating your used toilet paper.
Well, yeah, it's not just plain toilet paper.
Yeah, no. I mean, I get it. This is like exploring new worlds. I'm like, wow, I'm just imagining someone eating used toilet paper.
I double Ziploc bag it. I keep it in the freezer until I see them.
Oh, nice.
It's like, there's a process.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, yeah, I doubt you're just leaving it like on the counter.
No. I think Ellen
where did I put that shit?
I think Ellen told you about when I sold my blue poop.
Yeah.
Which I was going to get to.
That is like... I think that is so funny. Wait, how much was it again? $900 or something like that?
No, 11.
11, okay.
It was like $11.25. I had 3 people bidding for it.
Wow.
And they were all texting me, so they weren't texting each other. And like, once one texted, it started off at $200. And I was like, that's really low. Don't lowball me. And so then I blasted him for lowballing me on Twitter. And then some other guy he then emailed me and was like, I'll purchase it right now for $500. And I then texted the $200 guy, and he was like, oh shit, okay, fine, I'll do more. And then it just slowly grew and grew, and yeah.
Well, it's kind of amazing.
It was really because of you guys though, because I did the blue poop challenge, and it came out so quick. It came out in like less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
Your dates was like 14 hours.
Yeah, mine came out pretty quick. So but real quick, are you... So now that you sold your blue poop for $11.25, is this gonna be like a thing now? Like you're just gonna like just keep eating blue muffins and then
So there were other people after I sold it for that much. They were like, "What color are you gonna do next?" And I was like,
"So good."
I part of me wanted to do that, and I was like, "This seems kind of gimmicky, and I don't like that." So, but I had requests for pink, yellow, and orange, and green. But I was just like, red and pink is so easily doable, just like with beets, which was just like, that's boring.
I mean, you could maybe do like a holiday theme.
Yeah, I've seen those glitter pills, and they supposedly make your shit glittery.
Where are these available?
You can Google it.
Okay.
I've heard mixed messages about how good they are for your digestive tract, but maybe you can get like edible glitter or something and like mess around with it. But maybe you could do a sparkle poo bidding war.
That sounds so special. Yeah. Like that.
Like do like a once a year type of thing, or like just like a very special occasion, For my Dom anniversary, I sell my shit every year.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good. So you go. Bam.
Thank you for this idea.
I feel like you should be totally taking advantage of all this.
There's this jewelry designer called Steven Singer, and every year for Valentine's Day, he does a different colored dipped rose. And I feel like this is your dipped rose, but it's a dipped shit.
I love it. I think sparkle will have to definitely be next.
Yep, sparkle
Yeah.
poo.
It'd be cool if you could somehow get it to be like rainbow, but like perfectly in striations of like all the colors. That'd be amazing.
I don't know how I would do that.
I mean, I don't either, but it would be kind of amazing if you can get
I
to do
do.
that.
Oh, wait, how?
I think you would do it by like eating different rainbow muffins. So you eat like a red muffin, an orange muffin, a yellow muffin, and then it would come out, you know?
I distinctly remember, though, eating 3 blue muffins and like it really only dyed a little bit of my shit blue. It didn't really dye as much as I thought it would.
Yeah.
It's why when it happened, I wasn't anticipating it. I also wasn't anticipating it to happen so soon. So I had to put gloves on and fish my own shit out of the toilet.
That's awful.
Because you had already sold it, right?
No.
Oh, you
it
hadn't sold it yet.
It didn't happen yet. And it was just like keeping Twitter updated with tweets of like 6 hours went by, nothing. Like, because I was still shitting. I was still eating and I was still shitting, but no blue shit was coming out. I was like, there's stuff from yesterday already coming out. When is this coming out?
Yeah.
It was just, wow.
That was pretty blue.
Like how
like,
blue?
I mean, it wasn't like as blue as the muffin. It was pretty blue though.
You said the whole bowl seemed blue.
Well, everything like just, I think when it hit the toilet, the water started turning blue too. But it was pretty blue.
But blue or like teal? Because mine was like teal-ish.
It was like a weird blue-green. Like, you know, so I think the brown mixed in. That's the thing, like, I think if you mix colors, you might actually just wind up turning it back to brown because it's like, it just gets all like, you know, like when you take paint, you just put it all together and it kind of turns into one funky color.
What if I did a purple with like a blue and a red?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do like beets with the blue muffins.
With glitter.
Yes.
Yeah. Just experiment. You got time. Then once you get the formula down, then you do the year
The marketing.
Yeah.
Have it all set up, you know,
Thank you for this.
for the anniversary.
She wasn't
like
into like reselling colored poo until now. All of a sudden, we're spitballing.
I mean, if you're getting like over $1,000 of pop, then fuck it. I mean, you know, that's like a little special occasion.
I think it only got up that high though because there were people bidding against each other. And there was that like incentive of like, ooh, I have to bid more.
Yes.
I feel like you can probably get that bidding war up again, especially if it's like a like some kind of crazy color, you know? Think about it.
I am. I really am.
Well, May and I started talking about poop. I don't even remember how, but I just know my fellow poopers within like 5 to 10 minutes. And I remember you telling me that like there's certain meals you can eat and within 30 minutes you have to poop. And that's
Sweet Greens.
Oh, okay. That was
day
when
we went to Sweet Greens. I had to run. I was going to the toy store, the sex toy store afterwards.
Adult toy store
afterwards. I saw you that day. And we had done Cambo.
Yeah.
And I like didn't poop at all that day. We had Sweet Greens. I'm walking casually down to the store and it hit me. I felt so bad. I blew up that store's bathroom. It was really embarrassing. But it was like,
have you been back?
I have been back multiple times. But
it's like, oh, here comes that lady again.
I really think so. But yeah, there was even a knock on the door at one point.
There's like a picture there's a picture of your face. Don't let it in the bathroom under any circumstances.
But yeah, Sweet Greens, it hits me immediately.
But I also feel like that was a mix of the combo, and I don't think you pooped that day because we had to like fast before, and the combo is so purging.
And I didn't purge during Cambo.
Oh yeah, because you didn't throw up.
I didn't throw up or poop.
The Sweet Greens and the combo company.
There's like a needle in the haystack. It's just like let it all unleash.
It really, everything unleashed.
Wow.
And then another time we ate lunch together after we shot.
You had to poop.
Yes, because I was like, do you want hot sauce? Because we went to Mexican food and you were like, no, hot sauce is going to make me shit. And I was like, oh, it doesn't make me shit. And within 30 minutes, I was texting May that I had to like run back. And then she warned me that whenever she eats hot sauce, she has to poop pretty much right away. And I was like, oh, I'm fine with hot sauce. And then all of a sudden I was texting her because I had to run back to the restaurant 30 minutes later with explosive diarrhea. And I'm texting her from the bathroom. And I was like, I think you were like, jinxed me.
No, I told you it was the hot sauce. He was like, this is our spiciest hot sauce.
Yeah, it was like habanero.
Like, I'm gonna try it.
Of course you're gonna shit like what?
No, but I eat hot sauce all the time and never shit like that. I swear it was like May and I talked for pretty much like an hour about different kinds of poop after that. And I was like, I think my mind body connection, my body was like, yep, this is it.
I passed it on to you.
Oh my God. Yeah. I don't like super crazy hot sauce anymore. I can't handle it.
Yeah, because he'll
Fucks up
shit.
my stomach. Fucks up my stomach first. Then it's just like the worst shits.
Me too. And it makes me really bloated.
Yeah. I get this thing where it's like I'm shitting, but it's not like they're not big or anything. They're just like it's like painful. It just sucks.
Ooh. Does it burn?
If it's super, super hot, I mean, I don't really eat the crazy stuff anymore. I have like more mild now. It's but flavorful. Not like I don't need like scorching hot burn.
No
my tongue.
Szechuan?
Well, we have some of that. Like a little, but I put like I'm talking like tiny little bits. I'll put it in stuff like not like where I just put a giant spoonful or a big douse or something in the bottle. I just can't handle that anymore. It just rips everything apart. I feel like I get heartburn really bad.
Ooh.
I never get heartburn, but I get heartburn with like hot sauce. It's like So.
I love this chili crisp oil that it's available at Trader Joe's.
Oh.
It's so good, but it like makes me go immediately and like violent diarrhea. Like I normally don't have diarrhea unless I vape or just have sweet greens or chili oil.
Yeah.
Or a list of 10 million other things.
There's a list of what I know will give me diarrhea, and then there's a list of what I know will give me like a solid shit within like an hour.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, we had Mistress Shayla on and she was telling us the things that she ate would get within 12 hours, she would know. But the fact that like you could book a session and know, like, let me eat this thing and an hour later I will be ready to go is amazing.
Well, some days I have 2 or 3 full toilets in the same day.
Wow. Okay, rewind.
Just bring that vape with you.
Yeah.
Just in case.
No, that's diarrhea. Not everybody wants diarrhea.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So tell us about that. Like if you book many sessions in a day, what do you do to prep for it?
So I normally space it out a morning, mid-afternoon, and a early evening one. I can't really go like in the evening unless I've eaten like hot pot or like buffet. Because that's just like a lot. But normally I just eat a lot of carbs and very little fiber. That will make me go. And then in between clients, I'll just have a small snack. And anytime I eat, I usually have to poop within an hour or an hour and a half. It doesn't matter like how big of a meal it is, I have to go. So I immediately go.
That's amazing though.
It's good.
Yes
It's that
and
consistent.
no.
But I mean, it's nice that it's kind of consistent. Like, you know, as far as you're working.
For work, it's great. But like when you're out and you just want to have a meal and like go explore,
Yeah.
sometimes it makes things a bit difficult.
Yeah.
Right. I imagine it's difficult if you go on vacation or something.
Or like you're eating at the top of a hike. There was this one time I was in Japan and at the top of this 7-hour hike, there's this udon shop and they only have like those, you know, like those space toilet papers with like the shiny lining on the inside.
Uh-huh.
And there was only one toilet and I had to hang out there for a little bit. And there was, when I got out of the bathroom, there was a line of people. It's this beautiful hike, like from this mountain, you can see Mt Fuji. And I'm like spending all my time in this bathroom. All my friends are taking pictures of this beautiful mountain, eating udon. And like they've had like 2 or 3 bowls of udon. And after my first bowl, I was like, I gotta go. And I needed like 10 minutes in that bathroom. And I come out and there's this massive long line. And then I
That's
had to.
the worst.
It was. And then I had to hike back down 6 hours from this hike.
6 hours?
It was this really beautiful hike. It's like you can take the bullet train, the Shinkansen train, and it leaves you like relatively close to Mount Fuji, and you can hike to the top of it, but it's not as intense as Mount Fuji.
Right.
And it's awesome because there's an udon shop at the top.
That's the best. Like, that's an awesome reward.
Yeah.
And there's only one bathroom?
Only one.
That's insane.
But there's Wi-Fi.
Well, we got the Wi-Fi, but you have to good luck with that. I mean, I guess someone's in the corner like shitting like just off to the side.
Yeah. That would be me. That happened to me in P-Town, Massachusetts a couple of years ago, where we went to this like frozen rosé place that does lobster rolls. And as I had my first rosé, I was like, I'm going to shit myself. And there was only one bathroom and a big line. And I kept thinking of plan B. Like, if I don't make it inside this one bathroom, where else can I go? And I was like, I will jump the fence and go between 2 parked cars. But I ended up getting in just in time. And as I was blowing up the bathroom, the line behind me was growing.
Yeah, that's
Such
the
a mess.
worst. Like, especially when you're in the bathroom, someone's knocking on the door. You're like, "Do you not? What do you think I'm doing in here?" That drives me so. Like, what
I mean, there are some people who will like just sit there on their phone. Like at Pumps, the strip club, they actually have a doorbell for the only women's bathroom, because the bathroom is for women patrons, but also the women who work there. Because so many of the girls go in and will just sit there on their phones and not even be using the toilet. So they ended up installing a doorbell to get them to come out of there to be like, ding dong, we have people waiting.
Wow. They have to do that at a bunch of venues. I feel like every place I go to, it's like someone knock on the door. It's like, what do you? Yeah, it's like, I'm not done.
Yeah,
like I'll come out.
Wait, rewind. Does rosé normally give you that reaction?
No.
Oh,
I did not know what happened that day. Yeah, and I've had a lobster roll and rosé from this restaurant many a times before, but that day maybe it was something I ate the day before, was like, I need out right now.
Immediate evacuation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst. I hate that feeling.
And if you've ever been to P-Town, it's like gay mecca. Everybody's like out and about.
It's beautiful,
it's
though.
Amazing. It's gorgeous. But there's no place to squat behind anything.
I was
people
wondering
are
what
everywhere.
cars you squatted behind.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't do it, but like in my brain, as I'm like having the cold sweats of diarrhea is about to land in my underwear, plan B, like what can I do? What can I do when you're that desperate?
I had that desperation.
The clock is ticking.
It is.
I had that desperation when, once again, in Japan, I had raw chicken sushi.
Raw chicken sushi.
Or raw chicken sashimi.
Oh, okay.
And it was raw chicken, just sliced. And then I also had raw chicken liver.
Oh.
And I was with my 3 friends. Like 2 of them tried it. 1 of them had a little bit nibble. And there were 4 pieces of the liver and 4 pieces of just the chicken breast raw.
Okay.
And I was like, ooh, this is delicious. And so I was like, I'll finish it for us because it's delicious. That was a terrible idea.
Yeah.
And we were finishing dinner and we had already left the restaurant and we were on the train at this point and we were stuck on the train, which is like really rare for Japan because like the train never gets stuck.
Yes.
And so there I am trying to get to Shibuya Station. I'm bouncing at this point because it's like real bad and I'm like sweating and I'm cold and it was real not good.
Food poisoning.
But my friends were fine because they had only like a little nibble. And so they're like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, I don't feel good. And I'm like, things need to happen now.
God.
So I ended up going to the subway bathroom in Shibuya Station, which is like a maze in itself to find. And because not all of the toilets were renovated to American style toilets at the time, they were the squat kind.
Oh, yeah.
I also had such violent diarrhea that it shot back up at me.
Oh.
It was intense.
Wow. Oh my God.
That is my worst nightmare with Turkish toilets, the squat kind. Oh,
that's really foul. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
That must have. Oh no.
The cringe on your face right now.
No, I mean sorry for you because I was picturing the mess like afterwards. And you're like, oh my God. I'm still bugging out about raw chicken sashimi.
It was great. It's like just with the light soy sauce, sesame oil, and wasabi, and like the texture is just like fish. And it's really great.
there was a cooking show I saw years ago that there's a certain kind of chicken that you can eat raw, that it doesn't have the salmonella in it. So I wonder if it was that kind of chicken or...
My body didn't think so.
Yeah.
No,
Your body's
body
like,
was
nah, it's still raw. Wow. I mean, the splash. Like, so wait, when you're at the station, you got all this whole mess going on. Did you like, was there an area you can clean up a little bit or you just
Look
kind of
out
like...
of my pants too.
Oh.
It splashed. I was not. It had raw chicken.
Yeah, I do not know how people with squat toilets like do it. I don't. Like even peeing, it splashes back on your shoes and your fucking pants and whatever else. Yeah.
It didn't make sense to me.
Oh, the splashback though. That's just like, that's horrible.
Like, I've talked to some people and they're like, the squat toilets are great. It gets out wonderful. And I go, no, it doesn't. There's nothing to hold it. It just literally ricochets.
It gets out sometimes too much.
Yes.
Well, because if you're taking a solid shit, it's great. But if it's not anything less than solid, you're pretty much fucked.
Yeah.
Supposed to be a violent one, like violent raw sushi sashimi
and chicken liver.
Chicken liver, yeah, that's like pretty rough. Oh my god! Did you walk out all like this totally defeated? Oh my god!
I like had a bunch. I remember I had a bunch of like little wet patches all over my pants because I tried to take off the shit in the places that like is a bit more noticeable. I was also wearing like white canvas Converse. And I didn't even try to clean those. I just didn't try.
They stayed in Japan?
They did. But like, so this is when we went back to our hostel. And so it was a shared bathroom hostel because it was a capsule hotel. I felt bad. I woke up that night like 4 or 5 times just to go back to the bathroom.
No more raw chicken for you.
No, my family still makes fun of me to this day for eating it.
I appreciate the fact that you're adventurous in your food choices.
It was delicious.
I too, like it's like great. But then you're like, the consequences. I mean,
Mae does post some of the best food pictures, and I'm always like messaging you, and I'm like, we gotta go eat.
I like food.
Yeah.
I also like shitting. That's why.
Yeah. When did you figure out that you had this IBS? Have you had it all your life?
All my life. I've always had to go to the bathroom immediately or relatively immediately after I eat anything.
Wow.
Especially dairy. So dairy's on that list because I'm lactose intolerant.
Wow.
So you got the whole mixed bag. Oh, it sucks.
The list of what I know that makes me solid is pretty equal to the list in length of what I know will give me diarrhea.
Right. What's
But
like
totally two different.
Very different.
Yeah.
Except like my vape, it's like 90% diarrhea and like 10% solid shit, which is
so strange.
I don't know what's in this thing, but I still really like it that I'm not.
No, you're just like, fuck it. I'm just going to go for it.
It is what it is.
Maybe you should get like a mango candle at home. That we just had that smell. We could vape at home with a different one that doesn't make you shit violently, but still get the mango flavor.
But not the mango taste. That's what I
you want the taste. Maybe there was some mango gum or something. Some mango mints.
I like how you have clients who fetishize your shit, but it's gotten to the point where your shit leaving your body is almost becoming a fetish to you.
It is. It really, like, something about just anal play itself turns me on. And so just anything leaving my asshole makes me so happy. It's also, it's not just like, even when it is violent and even when it does hurt a little bit, it's still like, it's also just the idea of like how I get paid to shit. And so I think that's what turns me on the most about shitting.
Ka-ching.
So before you were you weren't as excited about your IBS.
Not excited at all. It was like a hindrance for me because I couldn't really like spend time outside after I ate, or like if I was at a dinner party, I knew I had to have some alone time during that dinner party. But now it's like, it's really given me the self-confidence in shitting. And so like that embarrassment of like running to the bathroom in Shibuya Station because I ate raw chicken sushi, I don't think that would be as like powerful. I think I would tweet about it though. I'd be like, I ate raw chicken sushi and now I have like the most violent shit. Maybe don't do it.
Yeah, don't recommend.
Don't.
I love that. I also love how most sex workers I know, when the thing that made them feel uncomfortable ends up making them feel empowered.
Super empowering.
Yeah. And that's a superhero.
It literally turns shit into gold.
Yeah.
If you have people willing to, I imagine there's a lot of men, I don't want to generalize, but I imagine a lot of guys willing to pay for it. That's awesome.
It's this thing on Twitter. I'm trying to get one female identifying client that is into FTT. I already have a male client of mine that says that they will sponsor a female identifying person for a full FTT session with me. So this is my little plug for that.
Yeah, we've had, besides just the DOMs on our show, we also had a scat play guy.
I heard that one.
Yeah, it was great.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
identifies as homosexual. And as I said on that show, it seems like in the homosexual world, you can get poo for free. But in the heterosexual world, men have to pay women. But we haven't found a woman of homosexual or heterosexual to tell us if they want poop on them. So it's like very curious.
I'm just as curious. I just want a female identifying client to be my toilet.
Yes.
Please come to me.
Yes.
Interesting. I feel like that's like your unicorn. It's like your white whale, if you will.
You have to check in with us if it does happen, because I'm dying to know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I want to interview that person. We could do the voice modulation. You're like, well, you know what?
And then our audience will be like, are you sure this is a woman?
Yeah, she's talking like this. It's on this thing.
It's our confidentiality.
Yeah, exactly.
We promise it's a woman.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to share with us story-wise? We can go into some of our regular questions, but
story-wise, what do you want to know?
I don't know.
Do you have any like crazy, like memorable shit stories that like were kind of funny or even like just like crazy?
I don't.
Sorry.
Maybe not crazy. I would use.
I imagine they're all crazy because involving shitting on someone. But you know what I mean? Like something that stands out.
Stand out would be the time that I got my own shit coughed into my vagina. That was a time. He choked while swallowing, and so he was coughing, and during that coughing spell he spat shit into my vagina, and I was like, I just need to excuse myself very quickly.
Yes.
Hell to the no, no, no. Come on.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, big hell no. So that happened. I ended up getting BV for a week after that. So I now have BV pills in my home at all times, just because in case that ever happens, I'm like prepared.
The antibiotics or boric acid?
Both.
Oh, okay.
I am prepared.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I think that's like really the only standout one.
That's pretty, that's pretty standoutish, I would say.
What?
Do you have any clients that request certain foods for you to eat beforehand?
Some clients I'll actually see the night before for dinner, and we'll have a meal together, and then I'll see them the next morning, and they will then have our meal again.
Now, I know it's different for each client, but do you have clients that talk like super like rude to me, or is it loving, or is it kind of a mixed bag? Is it like sort of?
For the most part, I would say it's actually 50-50. 50% of my clients, it's like forced consumption or just forced. And then 50%, they just want me to ignore them, and they become like an actual toilet, like human furniture.
Right.
And it's more of I just do my own thing. I'm like just pooping on the phone, and I'm on my phone, just sitting there for a little bit, and they get to just stare into my asshole and wait for it.
Wow. This is like, I still, I mean, we've interviewed people that done it before. It's crazy to me. I mean, it's
very peculiar to me when like toilets don't want to consume pee though, and they only want poop.
Oh, that is interesting.
And so like being in full control of your bladder and your bowels at the same time was something that I had to teach myself, to not pee while pooping, or to only do one or the other. It was hard at the time when like training myself, but it's really psychological.
That's amazing.
Someone's like, excuse me, stop. You just got a little pee on me. And it's like, as their shit covered face pops up.
We've talked to people with composting toilets, and some of them you can't pee in. And I'm like, when I pee and poo, it all happens. Like sometimes I'll sit down on the toilet to pee and poop comes out. And sometimes I sit down on the toilet to poop and I have to pee first, and the poop won't even come out till I'm done peeing. Like
they need a urine diverter. Then.
Yes. Yeah. The one of the companies we interviewed, they do have a urine thing, but we interviewed this one woman who like she had an outhouse, and it was like a composting like pit.
Yeah, you can pee in it. And
she was like, yeah, we pee outside like in the bush, and then because she lives in the middle of nowhere, and she was like, and then we poop in the outhouse, and I was like, I would pee accidentally so many times.
It's psychological.
Yeah, I guess so.
You're just training yourself, like basically.
Yeah.
to like separate the two. But I find it interesting that someone's going to be like, okay, I want you to do like the most vile thing to me.
And my hard limit is golden shower.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just like, what?
And you kind of
offended. Oh my God.
You kind of touched on before about farting.
Mm-hmm.
So as your scat toilet trainers also want farting, or is like that a mixed bag too?
That's a mixed bag too. I don't see actually a lot of people that like farting. I farted once on this guy while pooping, and he got really freaked out. He was like,
That's also crazy.
He was like, oh, I can't do this. And it was like, I had already pooped on him, and like, I just didn't get up yet, and like a fart came out, and he freaked out. And
I mean, it's hand in hand, farts and poop.
But like for some people, they can't imagine
they can't separate it.
Yeah.
It's like,
wow,
I'm paying a premium. I don't want farts. I don't want pee. I just want the shit. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, look, if you're gone that far out, I figure, at that point, you're like, you know what? As the customer's always right, as they say.
You have some limits.
Yeah. But it's like, that's just your body. It's not like you can be like, look, I can only control so much.
I'm trying here.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that you can almost poop on command, they must be happy. But the fact that like if a fart sneaks out, it's like, really?
Not cool.
Wow.
No farting, Ellen.
They did like a Yelp review. It was great until she farted. So 1 star. You're like, what?
1 star, not even 4. Damn.
I'm playing a character of someone who got really upset.
No, but
I've seen those pee too. So 1 star.
I've seen those Yelp reviews where they're like, everything was perfect except for I had to wait a long time, so I'm giving it 1 star. And it's like, you just said everything was perfect. People are crazy. And you also kind of touched on solid versus diarrhea for your clients. So how many people, is that a big thing?
I would say 100% of them want diarrhea. No, not diarrhea. 100% of them want solid.
Oh, okay.
I've never had a request for diarrhea, so I can't speak on that.
Yeah, when we had our scat play guy, he said the same thing.
Yeah, like diarrhea is like a big no.
Wow.
Also, it's just like not... It's not as easy to play with, I could imagine. Not that I've ever had diarrhea on somebody, but like...
So your clients are mostly playing with it too?
Some do, some don't. Some it's just like either on their chest or it's like on their face, or some it's consumption. It really ranges. Or some it's just on their genitals.
And when they're playing with it, they're just like rubbing it all over themselves?
Sometimes. Or it's just like they just want it on them. And then they can take care of themselves.
Mm-hmm. And like how long after the incident happens are they like there for? I mean, like you shit on them. You shit on some guy's nuts. And you like just sitting there for like, 20 minutes, or is it like...
Sometimes it's like sometimes till they finish jerking off, or sometimes till they're... It really depends. Not everybody's the same. And so for some clients it is like that. For some it's like, okay, it happened, we're done.
Yeah.
And then they go shower and...
That's my next question. It's like someone walks in, it's like, I hate to have to do this, but you got to shit on me. The second it happens, they're like, I'm done.
There's this one client I only see him for about 30 minutes, sometimes even less. I just shit on him in the morning and he showers and then he goes to work.
Wow.
But it's not consumption, and it's just the act of it, just to have that. And
oh my God, I would can you imagine going to an office and you're like, which one who in here got shit on before they came in?
It's like,
I think it's a power move.
To the 10 o'clock meeting.
Yeah.
It's such a power move, though, to be like, I did this thing, you have no idea. And like, I bet none of you could ever do this or be man enough to do this.
Yeah, I feel like it's an adrenaline rush. Mm-hmm. Like he wakes up in the morning like, fuck, I don't want to deal with the office. I just need to be shit on so I could take on the day.
It's the energy booster. It's like...
He's just sitting there going over numbers, like, it's like thinking about you shitting on him. And I'm like, Brad, you still here with us today? It's like, oh yeah, sorry. Or somewhere else.
Well, they also get to literally stare into my asshole. So that's like a really big privilege.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And have you ever had a client who wants to almost like edge up to you shitting on them?
Yes, for sure. It's like everything but shit. So like I go shit in the bathroom, they're not the bathroom, the actual bathroom. And then I come back out and they like will have my toilet paper. They want like fresh toilet paper, not like in a Ziploc bag, in another Ziploc bag, in the freezer to like when I see them. They want it fresh. And yeah.
But do you have sessions where you like talk about like, I'm going to do it, and they're like, like build up.
For sure. Most of my clients I see don't actually get my shit the first time they see me. It's something that they have to earn.
That's amazing. I love that.
It's a privilege.
Yeah, you're good. I'd be like, I get us out of here. Like, just please.
You would give your shit away for free immediately?
First of all, I mean, look, if I was in the situation, if I was a dominatrix, which I don't think anybody's looking for my shit.
You don't know about that.
I don't know about that. Look, if there is someone, I mean, I would, it's going to cost, but a lot.
I'm so excited for that episode when that comes out.
I don't think it's going to be very solid, though.
I mean, we've talked about it a couple times on the show where
there's a number.
Yeah, we always are like, well, so Mae was just asking, would you give it away for free? And obviously, Dave, you do have a number.
Oh yeah, I do have a number, but I mean, also it's like there's times where it's like the smell is overwhelming. You're like, you know what? I'm feeling good today. I want you to just take that with you.
But I feel like
coconut tanning oil.
Yeah. Or when that smell, all of a sudden you're in your brain, you realize how much money you're going to have.
That's like my cash smell.
Yeah, for sure. That's the best, I guess, air freshener.
That's what turns me on. Like the smell of shit now, but my own shit, not like anybody else's shit. Yeah. That's what turns me on.
Yeah.
Keep hearing those register sounds. Ching, ching, ching. Dollar signs. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, when you do have a day where you don't have a client, you're obviously still pooping. Are you sad that you're flushing your money down the toilet, so to speak?
Not sad, but I do like to tease my clients with like, you missed this big one, or you missed this, or you missed that.
Right.
Of like, you could have had this today because it was fucking amazing.
I love
You're
that.
Like huge.
It was huge. Like, yeah, like, and that's the silliest thing. It's like, I can see a client on like a Monday and like, it's a great poop. It's a good one. And then on Tuesday, I have like the best poop of my life. And I'm like,
yeah. You missed this one, buddy.
Yeah.
Do you like keep like a log about what you ate to then have that amazing poop?
I do. I also always ask like dietary restrictions for my clients just so that I don't consume that within like 72
I never even
to
thought
48
of that.
hours. Well, especially if they're allergic to nuts or shellfish or things like that. I don't want them
in this.
I don't want them to go into anaphylactic shock like under me while there's shit on. That's like a lot to explain to like an ambulance worker or just a paramedic.
What's going on in here?
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Out of all the pooping people we've had on, I never even thought about that because I just assume like it digests through you and then the shit is.
It might, but like I'm just so cautious.
Yeah, you don't get that chance.
I completely agree. I'm surprised it hasn't come up before.
I have this one FTT client that I'm seeing soon that's allergic to nuts and shellfish and dairy.
Whoa.
And I'm like, whoa.
What the fuck am I going to eat?
You're like, I'm going to be eating plain pasta.
Well, I'm already allergic to a lot of shellfish, so that's okay. But like dairy, it's cool. I'm lactose intolerant, but also nuts, like... I was
I've been
vegan.
chugging lactate all day.
Have they ever told you that they could taste the thing that you ate?
Of course.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I have this one guy that I see that really loves consuming corn from me just because it's still solid form and like he can identify it. And that's like really amazing to him. Yeah, he's a fascinating one.
Wow.
Has anyone got sick while they're like consuming, like, in a session that you've been in?
Not sick during, but I do instruct my clients to like take Pepto immediately after. Also prior to, I make sure that they take some magnesium and something that can coat their stomach just to like make sure that they're okay for the next few days and that they're not like violently ill from consuming fecal matter.
Yeah. It's that guy going to work after.
Well, yeah.
It's like, oh, I feel so good.
That's also a good tip. Like something I wouldn't even think of because I just think about the actual act and I don't think about the prep besides your prepping of foods that you are eating to make sure that you have a nice solid turd. But I didn't even think like if you have a peanut allergy, It's crazy.
My biggest fear is just like having somebody go into anaphylactic shock with shit on their chest or in their mouth.
Yes.
You're like, I'm calling 911, but I got to get this Sheffy first. And then,
Yeah,
then we'll.
and I'm dressed like this, so
Yeah, you're like, hey,
let's
what's
figure
up?
something out here.
It's gonna have a giant robe. Like, hey, what's going on? I don't have him. Crazy.
I mean, that's my number one rule on my photo shoots is we are not going to the hospital. So I feel like in your profession, that's also your number one rule.
Yes,
Yeah.
one of the many number ones.
Yeah. No hospital.
And as long as you're celebrating number 2.
Oh, God. Oof. Well, we definitely covered a lot. And I'm still like in shock some of this, but it's awesome.
One last question. How many reoccurring clients do you think you have that are toilet trainers? Like, is it 20 guys, 50 guys, 10 guys?
I see about 12 to 14 people on a consistent basis.
Wow.
Ah, cool.
Good chunk.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And I mean, like, I know you probably would be upset if they go to other doms that poop, but
No.
do they, you don't get upset. It's okay. The pooping community it's not competitive.
I think like domination itself should be something that should be like a sisterhood and not like a competition. So I'm happy if like another client of mine asks for like a recommendation for another person or another dom that does FTT, because that's awesome. Or if it's like a double FTT session, that's also really
Oh,
fun.
I didn't even think about that.
Double. I'm just made me think of like that'd be the funniest, craziest game show. Like there's a guy's like, well, number 2 was really good, but 3 was like, I mean,
Yeah, we had
it's like covered in shit.
Mistress Ashley Page on 3 years ago, and she told us about like poo bukakis she did on one guy where she hired a bunch of doms to all poo, and that was the one time where the guy got really sick because I guess there's too many poos mixed together.
Maybe.
But yeah, I was just curious, like if they're going around and they're like, this dom's poo is okay, but your poo is extra special because it tastes like sashimi or whatever.
He's a video diary after this. He's
Yeah.
like, but he's like covered in shit still. It's like, a little lower third comes up. His name. Oh my God.
I love that.
It's so funny.
But yeah, it's more of a sisterhood than anything, I think.
That's good. That's awesome. I mean, I think that with all sex work, women should be elevating other women.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's, not a competition at
Yes. That's awesome.
Different flavors, right?
all. Lots of different flavors.
Oh my God.
And so when it comes to our regular questions, I mean, we can go into Let's Get Shitty. The one that I just love to ask every guest is, what kind of toilet paper do you use? And do you put it on the roll over or under?
Under.
Oh,
Nice.
see, Dave, we got an under.
Why?
It's over is like 95% of the audience that we have on here. They go over.
But you use more toilet paper when you go over.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
this
that's
is something we've
wasteful.
learned.
Yeah.
And okay, it's really silly, but I've recently switched toilet papers to this one that I get at this like wholesale like Chinese store, and it's Hello Kitty.
Oh,
Hello
there's
Kitty
a Hello
TP.
It's Sanrio toilet paper. It's like kind of rough, but it's really cute.
Oh my God. Is the Hello Kitty like covered in dookie?
No, but she's like kind of pink.
Oh
like
my
it's
goodness.
like just very lightly pink, but still kind of brown. But yeah.
Oh,
Is the TP pink?
No, the toilet paper is pink.
whoa!
Oh,
And there's
okay.
like imprints of Hello Kitty on it. It's not just
you have
printed.
to take a picture and send it to me. I need to see this.
Yes, I most definitely will. But
funny.
I've recently
right.
switched toilet papers.
Wow.
Hello Kitty TP. All right. You ready for this?
Yes.
Shit choices. Okay. So you can brush your teeth with shit for 5 days, or have a threesome with Tucker Carlson and Laura Ingraham.
Oh, Lordy.
I think I will brush my teeth with shit for 5 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with May. Teeth brushing, but do you have any Republican Tucker Carlson's types that come to you that need you to shit on them?
I can't expose my clients like that.
Yeah. Client attorney privilege.
So that's she's winking. Tucker Carlson is into it. Okay,
I
good
did
to
not
know.
wink for the record.
Just kidding.
Yeah, we don't want to get sued.
But how awesome would that be?
I mean, he's
it's
welcome to
probably
come
not-
see me.
It's probably not that far off. There's no way that guy does not eat shit. Yeah, I'm gonna probably go. Oh, that's a bad one. I almost want to see.
with it.
I know. That's why it's so horrible. 5 days of brushing your teeth with shit.
You're going with that?
Yeah, I mean, I have to because the thought of like, I mean, there was a part of me that kind of was curious, like, but not really. I don't know. I
Okay,
guess I'm
what's
gonna
the
go.
percentage here?
I mean, it's like 95-5. There's a morbid curiosity,
Okay.
you know. But yeah, I think like would he have a bow tie on during the sex? So yeah, I'm gonna say the brushing. Oh God, yeah, number one.
Oh, Lordy.
All right. Oof. Okay.
That's going to be one that's going to be very interesting on social media when we ask because we put the poll on Instagram and ask people to do it, and it's very funny. The
Yeah.
outcomes.
That's gonna be a good one. I suspect it's gonna be 100% brush your teeth with shit, or close too.
Yeah.
Or your Republican fans will shine. Maybe.
Maybe. I don't think we have too many of those, but maybe we do. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? All right. So we're gonna go to a little news. Okay, so I heard about this, but Little Brooklyn, she's a New York City burlesque performer who listens to the show. Shout out Little Brooklyn, because I always forget when she sounds like news stories, I always forget to mention her name. So, this happened in February 28 of 2022, so not too long ago.
Wow.
There was a Bronx man arrested for smearing poop on a woman's face in
I
New York
saw
City.
this video.
The video was crazy.
It's so insane.
It's recently resurfaced.
Yes.
It's nuts. And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about here in New York, a man named Frank Aberquois, 37, approached a 43-year-old woman sitting on the bench on the southbound platform of the Wakefield Street subway station in the Bronx around 5:15 and just smeared this woman in the face and the back of her head with human feces before leaving the scene. That is like fucking crazy. I mean, clearly this person is like not like, I mean, got some mental issues, but that is just so beyond. I would have murdered that guy. Like,
yeah, I've seen the video and you can see his full face. Like, it's not like,
he's insane.
Ugh.
But like this,
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine like what the fuck is that? Because first you're like, am I being attacked? You're being attacked, but it's like, this guy come with a knife. Like, oh my God, what's that smell? Oh my God, it's shit. You know,
I don't even know. Like, when I get my own shit on me, I freak out a little bit sometimes.
that poor woman is never taking the train again.
No.
Like,
Traumatized for life.
I mean, for life. Oh my God. So yeah, they basically he was arrested, which was shocking.
What?
Usually you see stuff like that, it's like, oh, we can't find the guy, even though his face.
But
was
his whole face was there.
Totally. I was shocked. So by that Monday, they got him.
Wow.
He was charged with forcible touching, menacing, disorderly conduct, and harassment. And it was just like Eric Adams. The incident was quote unquote horrific experience for anyone to go through. Yeah, no shit, dude. Like, of course it was horrific. I'd be like, we should just give you some money for that. Because that's just like, you don't
Money
come
for therapy for
Yeah.
life.
You don't come back from that.
Well, it's illegal to shit on the subway since the pandemic, which is just a new law. So I feel like there should be so many levels too. Ugh.
This guy's so crazy. It's not, he's like, what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Ugh.
So anyway, yeah, they're just basically saying that we have to work on our mental health outreach.
Yes.
Which, of course, because that shit just shouldn't happen.
No.
Someone shouldn't be walking around. We've done a couple stories of people like, there's a guy in Toronto that was throwing buckets of shit on people. There's one person in California that got like a bucket of shit thrown on them. Like as they were getting in their car, some guy just flew across, just some crazy person.
It does amaze me, like, how you can throw a whole bucket of shit.
Or
'Cause
like
it's
maybe not a full
light.
bucket, but like it
Okay.
was, there was still like, I mean, that would be even crazier. The fact you have a full giant
what I'm-
bucket, it's all heavy and shit.
And as we've learned on this show, consent. So if you're going to get poop on you, it's because you consented to it, not an unconsensual drive-by shitting.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I mean, someone that's doing that is completely mental. There's no like, you're not like, oh, I mean, or it's a revenge tech. There was another person. We did a story about someone throwing shit on them, but it was more like a revenge thing.
I get the revenge thing. Yeah.
The Tim Hortons one?
No.
Oh, a different one?
There was a lady that was being evicted in Florida
yeah.
somewhere, and they threw the tenant. The guy was coming back to get her money, and it's like she threw shit.
Another bucket or just shit?
He's like, "Oh, I thought it was water." Like, the cops came. They're like, "Oh, I thought it was water." He's like, "Really? You thought that giant bucket of shit was water?" They're like, "You're coming with us."
I saw a video that my partner sent me on Instagram today of a guy going down his pants to scratch his butthole, and then he pulls his hand up, moves his mask out of the way, and smells it. And Gerald's like, I know you're gonna post that on Hey Poopy's Instagram, and I was like, no, I'm not. That's just too gross. Ugh.
Yeah,
Nope.
it's pretty nasty.
Nope.
Well, with that ridiculous story, Majesty Mae, thank you so much for being on our show.
Thank you for
You're
having
amazing.
me.
Yes, of course. And please tell our listeners how they can find out about you, or like just plug away.
I'm Majesty Mason on all platforms, and my website is themajestymay.com.
Awesome. Perfect.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. And thanks for laughing and learning everything but with us.
And happy pooping, everybody, and enjoy your butthole.
For more info, go to heypoopypodcast.com or email us at heypoopypodcast@gmail.com. You can send in show ideas, guest requests. Check us out on Twitter at heypoopy, Instagram at heypoopypodcast, TikTok, heypoopypodcast, and our awesome new Facebook fan page. Go check it out at heypoopypodcast. We're also on Discord at heypoopydumps, or you can contact us at our new awesome hotline, 203-998-5579.
Hey Poopy Podcast is brought to you by Perfect for Entertainment. Produced by Dave and Ellen. Edited by Dave. Executive producer Stormy Leather. Theme song by Jordan Perlson. Hey Poopy!